Here's a video of the van. I'll try to be as detailed as I can. There's a little dent right here. The paint was done by the prop masters for the movie Zodiac Killer or Kodiak Killer, whatever that movie's called. I only have 2 hubcaps. The other 2 are missing, so the other side's just black. On the inside, I did this newer black rug. I need to vacuum that. Motor's in the middle. Here's the dash. Keys on the left-hand side. Blinkers and horn do not work. We still have the original paperwork from the first owner, so we have the first owner's address and stuff with this little maintenance tag that they used to give out, metal maintenance tags, which is pretty cool. Let's see, it's got the Ford 240 straight 6 in there. No rust like on any of these wheel wells, like a little bit of surface rust, but like everything's super solid. Underneath, you know, the shocks, these are the panels, so you can kind of see how good a shape everything's in. Underneath, a little bit greasy and dirty, just because I haven't detailed anything really since I've owned it. But same thing in the rear. Like, that's about as much rust as you got, and it's like very much surface. Good looking truck, good looking little van. Little exhaust pipe. Inside, not bad work. I did put this section, I did do some cedar with some insulation on top to try to make it a little less noisy, because it is freakishly loud when you're driving this thing, just because it's like a 16th inch steel hollow body with no insulation or sound in anything. But yeah, start her up. I'm actually gonna go buy a burrito, so I'm gonna take her. I just put there's the new fuel pump, alternator, battery voltage regulator, spark plugs. I just put a heavier weight oil in it and a zinc additive to help with some of those older parts. They require zinc, and oil and gas doesn't have zinc in it anymore, so that's what I was told by one of my older friends who has a lot of old vehicles to do that, and that should help the smoking that happens once the motor gets a little bit warm. It'll create somewhat of a vacuum when the throttle's off at idle, and it will make it puff smoke out the exhaust. And the 30 weight oil with the zinc additive is supposed to get rid of that completely. Shouldn't be any serious issues, so I'm going to drive it until it gets nice and hot and see if that's fixed. That was my main concern about driving it to California. The fuel gauge does not work. The alternator light does, the oil does, and the temperature gauge does work, as well as the speedometer and tachometer. All works. The hazards work, but the blinkers do not. But as you can see, transmission shifts smooth. Brakes work good. The brakes could be adjusted a little bit. It seems to pull a little bit to the right when you're braking. Might need to be adjusted a little bit. Like the right side hits first a little bit. Obviously no AC. The AC units back in 66 on these vans were rooftop AC units, so you can see it does not have AC.